Oh, good God, I needed that. That was piss poor. Execution was dog shit. Um, I don't like our passing play designs. Um, I don't like that we run the fucking football when the football isn't getting there. They nullified their run defense, dug in, did their job, and in the first half, yeah, we were running away with it. We were looking great. It was fantastic, and then we just kept on running our heads into a brick wall. Then we decided to go to the pass. But the only problem is our passing game only tries to exploit the space downfield and doesn't exploit the space of the width of the field. So we're trying to exploit the length over the width. And I get that. Length is almost infinity. But infinity it is. But all that it requires is people to make bigger drops. Guys, I say this time and time again. I was as a defensive coach. I always say Sammy sideline is your friend, but you know what? When you're attacking the sideline also is your friend on offense. And the Buccaneers, I swear to God, you can talk about where the 5 yards in from the sideline is easy catches because no one defends it. We defend inside it, and it's just poor. I'm not going to blame this defense because the defense at the end of the day, you take overtime out, they held a team to 17 points. That's a hallmark defense. I'm sorry, I'll take it with a very very good offensive line, with a very 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 good running back and a decent 1-2 combination that didn't really get going anyway. But what I didn't like is Buccaneers need to clean up third down. Devin White was a monster. He had that one play where he messed up, but I'm not coming after Devin White. I'm coming after Mike Evans and not being able to catch a football. Now, some of those balls were thrown poorly, for sure. They were. Some of those balls were catchable. Some of those balls, it felt, and I'm only going with felt. I mean, I don't know because I've never played this game at that level. It felt like the effort wasn't there from Michael. It felt like it. And someone said, I was reading the comments as I'm watching these games, and I see Mike Evans seems more concerned about drawing a flag than he does trying to get down the field and get the ball. It kind of felt like it. It felt like it. I'm not saying it is, but it felt like it. And I know Mike Evans is a great player, and he is Mr. Buccaneers as far as I'm concerned. But today, the shining spot on offense was Rashad White in the first half, and then Chris Godwin predominantly throughout that game. As a fantasy play, he got himself 20 points in the traditional like NFL sense. The Buccaneers let that game go away. And I was surprised that game did not come down to a draw because it felt like it was going there, but then the defense kind of gave it in and allowed one to go in. All I can say is this game was hard to watch for multiple different reasons. Mike Evans had hands like a digital watch. In other words, he had no hands. He's probably not going to hit his 1,000-yard quota. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I hope he does. I really do. So anyone who thinks I'm bashing on Mike Evans, I'm only doing it for this game because 9 times out of 10, I've always had Mike's ass, always got his ass. But this game was poor, and he's allowed to be poor because he's a human being. That doesn't mean it was an easy watch. That doesn't mean I can just accept that because I'm a fan. I'm fanatical about my football team and I want them to succeed. My wife is fanatical about her fantasy football team and she's pissed off. Yeah, we know nobody gives a shit about her fantasy football team. I know I don't because we're in the same league. But the point being is there are people who do care. And that's a good thing. It's a bad thing as well because the more people that care, the more people get upset. The more people who care when you do good, the more people that give a shit. What I'm trying to say is, guys, I'm just disappointed. But I'm that parent that's just seen their kid do something fucking stupid. And I do apologize because I do realize this is quite early. I am realizing it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon for you guys, so I do apologize. I won't swear again. But to see the level of concentration that was on Mike Evans just did not seem like he wanted to be there. Mike Evans did not seem dialed in. Chris Godwin was the guy. I'd say if you're going to look at wide receivers right now, Chris Godwin's number one, and Julio Jones is number two. Julio Jones had a lot less snaps, a lot less targets, and did more with it. Now, I will grant it, some of the stuff I'm going to put on Brady too. I don't know if it's jiu-jitsu instructors. I don't know if it's frustration. That was harsh. That was very, very harsh to watch for the naked eye. This was a game that, in theory, we should have ran to victory, and we didn't. We didn't because they fixed their run defense versus our offense, our run offense. And the reason being, we've said this before. I know AJ will come on hopefully later on. He said he's gonna jump on at some point. If he does, great. If he doesn't, we'll just continue. This bird will keep flying till about the 30-minute mark unless I don't get any real interaction. Anyway, AJ's turned around and said that he wants to see more from this offense. And it was talent. Our run offense is easy to key on. It's easy to read. I've always said that we have very obvious run formations and we have very obvious pass formations. And we're very obvious in our run predictability. We always run on first down for the most part. Guys, if you're going to run freaking first down, you're allowing their crappy defense, linebackers to tee off on us. They don't have to work hard. You're allowing their poor interior defensive line, and this is coming off. And the words I'm using is from maybe the exact word I'm paraphrasing right now, was a guy from Brown's Wire told me that he worries about the middle of his defense. It felt like the Buccaneers attacked everywhere but the middle of that defense. The heart of that defense, that should have been tight ends, slots, and they did it. I will agree that it got slotty at times. And Chris Godwin really rose to the occasion. I just wish the rest of his teammates did too. Honestly, I have nothing bad to say against the defense. There were a couple of plays that they were poor, but generally, like, to say you held a team to 17 points, and I know you're all thinking, oh, well, yeah, but what about the extra 6? I'm not including that because that's extra time. That's more wear on your defense. They held a team to 17 points. We should win games if we can defend a 17-point deficit with Tom Brady, the GOAT. We should win if we have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Julio Jones, and the emergence of Rachaad White. That is mismanagement. We wasted almost 30 seconds of time in that game where we were trying to get back, and we don't call a timeout, and we leave 2 timeouts on the table when we go out of regulation. Are you fluffing? I'm trying to get my language right. Are you fluffing kidding me right now? Call the damn timeout. It's not like you were going so fast that they needed a timeout. It wasn't like it was a true version of no. Okay, Teresa, I'll do it a different way. Fracking. Yeah, I think that's a bit obvious because that was a nice sci-fi series back in the 90s, early noughties, late to mid noughties. School gang in the house is ready to join. Now, hey, if guests want to get in, I'll get on this. I just got to copy this. So give me a minute. I'll put this in the chat. I've never actually done chat because I'm generally talking. So, but if anyone wants to come on, I will try and get this out. Here we go. I'm doing my best here, boys and girls. Here we go. All right, you click that bad boy, you can come on, and we can get through this. We can get through this because at the end of the day, it was poor. You know what? Let's talk about this. It was a show. Bucs School Gang in the house is going to join us live.
This is for the Bucs. What the fuck? Really? Pathetic. Embarrassment. Depression. Stupidness. Bad coaching. Bad everything. First one needs to be fired is number 76.
Mm.
He needs to be gone. Left West needs to get out of here. Paulus needs to be gone. If we hire Bruce Arians back, let's get him back in office. Let's get back him out to coaching.
The thing is, right now, I don't know if I'm a bit more level-headed, because I'm not level-headed right now, because that was an embarrassment. I probably disagree with you, but right now I'm agreeing with everything you say because I'm emotional. I'm pissed off.
How I feel right now? You should see me. I almost punched my TV in my mind. You know, I really almost. That's because you're drinking right now. I wanted to drink too. I would have some shots already.
You got to do what you got to do. You got to do it.
I almost punched my
drink.
TV.
My team drives me to drink now, so I drink a lot.
Hey,
so.
I almost punched my TV though.
I don't think I've ever got that bad, and I'm quite good with it. But I was.
How was the 2 timeouts?
Audibly pissed off.
What made me mad was the 2 timeouts we had.
Yep. I know what you're going to say. You're going to turn around at me and say, "Why didn't we call the timeout when we got that first play and it was right down the middle? It was there, ready to go. We had what?
If we would have did that, we would have won the game.
I think you might be outlandish on that because you don't know, but we're in a better position to win the game for sure because we don't have to rush anything. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, if I'm the Bucs right now, do we call them tanking? Because right now, for a playoff spot, we'd be like 18 pick right now. Was it 14 pick? Was it 20?
I don't look at that. I don't look at that stuff until tomorrow. To be honest,
we'll be like 23 pick right now, 22 or 23 pick right
dude,
now.
That's a defeatist mentality. We aren't done until we're out of playoff contention. I don't even look at what pick we got. I honestly don't.
What I'm saying, what I'm saying at this mark 5 and 7 now, coming 5 and 6, whatever we're at right now.
Yeah. 5 and 6, and we're up. We got the Saints next. We got a divisional rival next, though. I think.
If we lose, I'm definitely calling it. I'm definitely. If we lose to Andy Dalton, I'm definitely calling it over.
I mean, I don't think it's 7 and.
It can't be worse, right? It can't be worse.
There's 17 games in the NFL season. If the Buccaneers lose next week, they gotta go. They gotta run the table. And people are telling me we're winning the division. I'm gonna tell these people who keep telling me I'm winning the division.
No.
There are teams that win divisions that do absolutely nothing in the playoffs, and that's how the Buccaneers are looking.
What's the percentage? Lowest. What's the percentage winning the playoff? Winning. Do you know? Can you look it up? What's the percentage of a playoff team at low record, like a 7-9 team, make it forward to the playoffs? What's? But
it's not happened because we've recently changed how many games have been played. So
7-10.
7 and 10 would never exist. It would be 6. It'll be 6 and 10.
Yeah,
and that does happen. It's not. I think the Giants were the last team to do it. So it's not. It's not impossible. It depends on when you get hot. Like if you can turn around and say your last 4 games are all wins, and you go into the playoffs and you've played against some good competition to get there, then yeah, you don't problem. But at the end of the day, this Buccaneers team's got a cakewalk coming up.
My thing is, we're losing to embarrassment teams. Right now, we could have been easily 8-2 or 7-3 at most. Easily.
Wow. What'd you take of this comment, school
We got
gang?
the
What'd you
Saint.
take of this?
We got the Saints next week, and we need Kelly Trash now. I don't know.
No. No, 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 no. Look, you got
Not
Brady.
yet.
Brady's not playing well. That's a fact. That's a fact. He's throwing some really dodgy balls. Mike Evans is
He's
playing
throwing
poorly,
like
but it's a combination. I think it's a combination of both of them because
he throws the ball good to Chris Godwin. When he throws the ball to Evans, it's a different ball.
yeah, I can see that. I don't think I'm necessarily disagreeing with you. I think they look like harder balls to catch for sure, but that's because of the type of wide receiver that Mike Evans is. The route tree he runs doesn't require the same throw, you know. So he runs a lot of deep stuff. He runs a lot of
And that
comeback
Mike
stuff.
Evans penalty was bullshit.
Sorry,
The Mike Evans called penalty earlier. That was bullshit.
I don't know. Thing is, I'm not going to argue with those kind of calls because at the end of the day, I'm not going to be one of those people and say we lost because of a referee. It's not my style.
No.
We lost because we weren't fucking good enough.
Can you blame coaching? Do you blame that one, or do you blame the players, or you blame everybody?
I'm blaming a little bit of everybody. Yeah, I'm gonna blame coaching because coaching made
And
some
Tom
bonehead
Brady.
calls in that game for sure. I
No,
don't like
no,
how he used. We tried to
no
push.
trick play today. I'm surprised. No trick play. I was
We
looking
got
for you.
one. We had that little reverse. Was it
Yeah,
a reverse? That little end
wait.
around to.
Yeah, that was a good
That was
one.
as close as a trick play, but at least it wasn't fucking stupid.
I suppose the receiver didn't throw the ball to Tom Brady today. I was looking for that one.
I think they learned their lesson on that one. At least I'm hoping that they don't try and go to that shit again. Look,
But do
I'm
you think someone will be fired soon?
no. You got to understand, and I know. Yeah, I can see you slamming your head. I can see it. Look, this is why. This is
Because our
it's
division.
because of Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians set this up. This is Bruce Arians' dream child to put his boys in position to be the guys. I'm pretty sure if the
If we don't make
Buccaneers
the play,
team turn around and go, "We need you, Bruce," he'll go, "These are my boys. You deal with them."
We don't make the playoffs. Whose fault it is? Do we blame Bruce Arians? Let's go attack him. We'll attack him if we don't make the playoff this year.
Well, the Buccaneers have just spent a shed ton of money just holding down our defense, our ex-defensive coordinator, and now our head coach in Coach Bowles. So you're only going to maneuver pieces beneath him, really. But look
at this.
I'm going to give you a positive, brother. I'm going to give you a positive. Remember that he let Byron Leftwich be in complete control. This is unadulterated Leftwich right now. Is that defense playing well?
You mean Todd Bowles is playing? He's calling the defensive plays.
That's it. Yeah. So is the defense playing well in your opinion?
Not really.
They gave up 17 points. They only have two games where they got gutted.
That 7 points was garbage points. That wasn't. If it wasn't for the 7 points, we would have won that game.
We're going to take the garbage points now. That's absolutely fine. You can't say they're garbage points because they're the points that got them to draw the game. You can't say that because if they weren't in contention, then they would be. Like if a team's up by 40 and you score 2 touchdowns and you're 14 to they're garbage touchdowns for sure. But you can't say that about this. But even if you did, and I'm gonna jump on your bandwagon here, brother. I'm gonna jump on your bandwagon and say they are garbage. That means the Buccaneers only gave up 10. In your opinion, they only gave up 10 points. That's great, right?
Yeah.
So the defense is playing well.
Yeah.
But just not great.
Yeah.
Okay. It's our offense that needs to be fixed. So is it a fair assessment if the Buccaneers could find themselves a great offensive coordinator that they could flip the script next year? And I don't want to talk about next year because next year's not here already.
How about us? Can we be like the Panthers now? Fire people and they're winning like now? Look at them. I'm gonna laugh my ass off if they win this division. I'm be laughing.
I don't know if I'll be laughing. I think I might be crying.
I mean, as a
I know. I get it. Like, it's the ultimate joke, isn't it? Right.
yeah.
Right. So I'm going to just go through a couple of comments, Skull Gang, and
Okay, buddy. No worries.
we'll get chatting, brother. We'll
Yeah,
get
no
chatting.
worries.
So
No
we
worries.
got the Saints next. We need contrast now. We talked that one.
Maybe week 16 or week 17.
Now we need Leftwich back. We need Bruce Arians back.
I'm on that. I'm on board.
I'm on board. I'm not sure if I'm 100% on board because then you're going to have to find yourself a defensive coordinator.
We got Todd Bowles.
Do you think Todd Bowles is just going to take it lying down that he just gets his head coaching job taken off him straight away? Of course not. He's going to fucking. He'll just walk out.
It's called a depromotion.
It doesn't. Let me tell you now. I don't know what job you do in real life, but if your boss came up to you and said, "Dude, you're not doing a good enough job. We're depromoting you," and you know you could. And let's face it, he's going to get another job as a defensive coordinator regardless. That's a fact.
Yeah.
He can go wherever he wants, and he can get the highest paid defensive coordinator in football. But if you just turn around to your boss and go,
"You're under contract."
Not any, as a head coach, he is. Not as a defensive coordinator.
I think if you depromote somebody, then you're still on the contract.
No. You're changing the conditions of their contract. They have to agree to it first.
Oh.
Yeah, because every contract is set in stone. That's why you have college coaches getting fired. Look at Josh McDaniels, yeah? Josh McDaniels for the Raiders. He got signed on a multi-year deal. They can't afford to get rid of him because if they get rid of him, they got to pay him like $10 million a year for like 3 years before they have to, and that's including not paying the head coach that they bring in. So
they're still paying John Gruden still for the Raiders. They're still paying him.
Exactly, that's what I mean. So they got to pay 2 head coaches who aren't with the team to just be paid. You can't do it. Just doesn't work.
Yeah, let's get to the other comments.
Someone said no, and then I thought you all was going to win. Yeah, we thought that too, but unfortunately not. So
surprise, laugh
I saw when the Buccaneers went in overtime. I was like, okay, this is Tom Brady money all day long, and then I saw Mike Evans drop, and a Mike Evans drop.
What do you call 3 pass plays? That's my thing.
Sorry,
I don't know what they call 3 pass plays in the first possession of OT.
Because if you look at the numbers, we were rolling when we were running that ball. The problem was when they adjusted and they stopped us in the run, we continued to run into a brick wall for a while, and then we started to go, oh, okay, we can't run the football no more. Let's do something different. But this run on first down guaranteed is really frustrating for me.
Yeah, we should. I don't know why we don't do more screen passes, screen plays.
They do seem to work, and especially with Chris Godwin getting his mojo back, I could see that. That's a good call. I take that. But the frustrating thing for me is, look,
is this season over now without no Tristan Wirfs update? We have an update on Tristan Wirfs.
I haven't got one just yet, so
I think
it'll probably be a few hours. I think it'll be a few hours because he's got to get the scan. Then
how about Winfield? We have an update on his status.
Winfield carried on playing. He went back in the game.
No, I mean afterwards because we don't know if the situation afterwards that one.
Well, he was playing because he got hit again, didn't he? He got banged up.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why you keep him in the game. I don't understand that. You should let him rest.
I don't know. Well, you say that, but they're trying to win a game, and they obviously lost. That says everything, doesn't it?
I was worried about Vita Vita. Vita Vita was no factor today, I don't think.
You know what? I had because he was down as doubtful, and doubtful probably won't play. The fact that he played a lot of the snaps was impressive.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was just the Buccaneers playing it down and hoping that the Cleveland Browns wouldn't key on to it. But I tell you what, Skull Gang.
Any more comments?
Not really. Not right now. I think everyone's just I think people are digesting this because this is
upset and depressed all at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I suppose Teresa didn't come on yet today. Teresa. She's not coming on yet today?
Oh, Teresa's ill at the moment. So that's why Buck Wild didn't go on.
Oh, you going to have it tonight maybe?
We got the Aftermath tomorrow. And we'll be back me and her will be back next week anyway. Well, as long as he's feeling good, we'll always go. So.
Yeah. Man, oh man. What words do you have to say about this game? I want to hear what was your reaction when we lost? What was your reaction?
I think the best thing I turned to my wife is this was a pile of bollocks.
It's Rick.
I think I'll try and put it into American terms. This was dog shit.
Oh, do your wife watch the games too, or does she?
Yeah,
Hear
my
those
wife
games?
watches the game. I mean, she's probably flipping between, like, she plays fantasy football too. So,
Oh, okay. At least
so
your wife. At least you have a wife.
keyword to anyone who wants to get their wives into football, especially if you're English, because we know how hard it is to get our wives to get interested in sports. Make them get into fantasy football. My wife is so competitive. She sits there and tinkers with her team all the time. It is the best thing it's since sliced bread. I can watch Red Zone anytime I want. I just turn around and go, "Do you want to see how your football team's doing?" She's like, "Yeah." Red Zone. Boom. I'm watching Red Zone. No complaints.
Yeah. Is she a Bucks fan too, or not really?
She's a football fan, but she's a Bucs fan by committee.
Good one.
Yeah, I don't think she has much of a choice. I mean, during the Super Bowl she wore a Bucs t-shirt. She's not really like the Jersey girl. She's not like an out and out Bucs fan, but Bucs are a team because they're her husband's team, and she knows it. You got to keep your husband happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
No, I go with the happy wife, happy life. She
Yeah.
go. I mean, don't know if I can write the happy husband thing.
Yeah.
No, I'll leave it at that.
And was you? I know. Man, I was upset too. I thought we were gonna win after we was up 17-10.
Absolutely. All we needed was just a touchdown to, like, kind of clean that thing off and just whip that thing out, get it done.
Man, we didn't run enough ball in the second half. We stopped running the ball.
We stopped running the ball because they started key on, and their defense played much better run defense. Their run was much better, and we abandoned the run, which, to be honest, I was thankful for. The problem I don't like about this offense is
bad coaching.
Well, it's not the coaching; it's the plays. I don't like the play design.
Why are we not running the no brisket offense? We had the players. We got the same players. Only the play we'll have is no.
I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why, because I finally saw it in this game. This game told me a lot of things. Tom Brady's deep throw accuracy is not as good as it was.
Yeah, that's true.
I've not seen him throw good deep balls for a while. It's the odd one here and there. His deep ball, I'm not saying it looks bad or anything. It just doesn't look as good.
Yeah.
Now, Tom Brady is always playing, and this is why I don't want to put it entirely on Leftwich. And I know everyone's going to look at me with some wide eyes right now. I'm not going to put it on Byron. I'm not going to put it on Byron Leftwich completely. Do you think? Honestly, let me ask you a question, and this is a simple one here. You are an offensive coordinator in the National Football League. You're writing your playbook. This is your moment to shine. Because let's face it, that playbook was still Bruce Arians last year.
Yeah.
You're writing your first ever playbook. Remember that. So technically, he's kind of a rookie. Got to remember that.
I thought he was offensive coordinator with the Cardinals.
Yeah, but do you think he wrote that playbook? Come on now.
Yeah.
You think he wrote that playbook last year? Do you think he wrote that playbook the year before? Nah, that was all BA, baby. It's BA. And I don't get me wrong. There'll be Byron's Leftwich's paw prints, because he was Jag. Paw prints on that one. All over that playbook. But at the same time, it was still BA's playbook. This playbook, however, is completely
different.
The offensive coordinators. This is Byron's playbook. This is his Bible. This is what he has created. And there'll probably be a little no risk it, no biscuit in there somewhere.
I don't know why they don't give Brady the key. Let him call his plays. Brady plays he wants. Let him take over.
I think you've been watching too many American football films. That doesn't happen in the NFL, brother. We know that everyone's ego's too fucking big. And I don't know if I'm honest, I don't know if Tom Brady can call a game. And I can see you look. And here's why. Let me just settle with you on this. I've played the game at a very, very amateur level. I played free safety, and I called plays. It did not go well.
Oh.
And I'm obviously I'm talking amateur, so I'm
okay. I understand.
What I'm saying is, you think you know something, and you don't quite. It's because the quarterback's in command of the ball. It makes sense. Yeah. There are certain things that they see and what have you. It can get messy. Now, it also can take longer to reiterate what you're trying to tell everybody, and that can be more confusing. But here's the thing. We've got an unadulterated playbook. Do you not think that this playbook that we're playing with right now doesn't have Tom Brady's fingerprints all over it? Because let me tell you now, Mr. Bucs School Gang in the house, you're an offensive coordinator in the National Football League, and I'm giving you Tom Brady. Are you going to write a playbook without his help?
Yep, he needs help too. Yep, he'll be involved.
Here's the question for you. Would you write that playbook by yourself, or are you going to go invite Tom around the house? You have a couple of wine coolers, you're chilling together, eat the avocado ice cream, having a good time. Write yourself some, get the tape on.
I'll be inviting Tom too. I'll be inviting Tom.
Exactly, and that's my point. So don't get me wrong. This is why we haven't seen Tom Brady get aggressive or mouthy, or when he gets shouty, he gets psycho Tom or whatever you want to call it, when he gets aggressive, you don't do it to Byron Leftwich, because Tom Brady believes in
him. They're buddies.
He was buddies with his offensive coordinators in New England too.
Yeah.
There's videos of Josh McDaniels and him screaming at each other. There's videos of Bill O'Brien and him screaming at each other. There are less videos this year of Tom Brady getting angry about play calling than there was last year.
Because BA.
And what does that tell you? That tells me that Tom Brady is a big part of this offense from a game plan point of view. I wouldn't say from a play calling point of view, but he probably has a little bit to do with it.
Audible. You can audible to his play.
You can audible. You can't audible every play. That's
just
a myth. That's a myth. That's a Madden thing. You can audible every play on Madden. You can't audible every play in real life. It doesn't work that way. Eventually, your coach will get pissed off with you and pull you. Unless you're doing well with it, of course. You're getting the plays done. You go, boss, I'm getting the plays done. And someone like Tom Brady could probably get away with a lot more than, say, I don't know, a Baker Mayfield, right? Mm-hmm. But my point being is, Tom Brady believes in this playbook. And he believes, and Tom Brady believes its execution. It's not. He's looking, when plays go bad, he ain't looking at Byron. He's looking at Mike. He's looking at Chris. He's looking at Julio. He's looking at this person, that person, that person, that person, because he believes in these plays. And I believe that they came together and wrote this book together.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion.
For team loss, you think Tom Brady's upset we lost? You think he's upset?
I think he's always going to be upset because Tom Brady's an ultimate competitor. So he's going to be frustrated, but I think he believes that it's going to be more execution. I haven't watched the post-game press conference yet, so I will do at some point. But I believe that Tom Brady will look at this as we could have done this better, we could have done that better, we could have done that, could have, woulda, shoulda, didn't.
If everybody kicked the field goal before half,
and you look and School Gang, you look at that. That was plays written up for Mike Evans, and he could not play. That cornerback had a game.
Godwin was catching everything. Get the ball more Godwin in that game. You should get the ball more to Godwin.
What I like that they did that was real smart was they sent Mike screaming down the field, and they let Godwin play the inside stuff, like the short stuff. Because he has the ability to change on a dime. You see that one? I think they threw like a screen pass to Mike, and he literally he looked like a giraffe running with the football. He caught the ball, staggered, shimmied, and gained about 3 yards standing still.
Do you think Chris Julio Jones should get some more play calling?
To get more plays? I think he's going to go up in the rotation, and I think that will happen. The question is the Buccaneers right now are still in that kind of win now mode. They need to stop the run. We're going up against the Saints.
Julio could be the next Antonio Brown. If you put Julio in this offense, we can be dynamite.
I mean, you're not 100% wrong. I would say if Julio Jones was playing like he was in Atlanta, then yes, you're 100% right. You got to remember, he's just emerging right now.
Yeah, I think Julio can just scored that one touchdown pass a couple weeks ago. The one touchdown, the one TD pass.
And he had some good catches today. And what
Yeah,
I'm saying is, I think his snap count will go up, and I think other players will go down.
I better
But
not
you
hear.
know who I didn't see, who I wanted to see?
I better not hear the OBJ rumor to the Bucs. I better not hear no OB shit.
I'm done. That's nope. It's not happening.
I better not hear. I better not hear no rumors.
I'm not. I'm not gonna. If the Buccaneers sign him, I will welcome him with open arms. Dude, he had the same injury as Chris Godwin.
I
Is
know.
that correct?
Tom Brady can call him. I know Tom
Yeah,
Brady.
no. I'm not disagreeing with that. Did he or did he not have the
Yeah,
same injury
yeah.
as Chris Godwin?
Yes,
Right?
he did. Yes,
So
he
he's
does.
going to come back. We still don't know when. And I said late November, and I'm wrong.
I heard
Guess
he's clear
what?
to play now. I heard he was clear to play today. Is he clear to play now? According to what I heard today, I saw a report today. He's clear.
But you're right in the sense of what you're hearing, but you're wrong in the sense of you can't just walk into a team and go, "Oh, just play wide receiver and be elite at it." It's not going to work that way. He's
That's
going
the
to take weeks
ball.
to get ready, right? So my point being is, yes, he might be cleared to play healthily. Like his health is good enough to play today. That does not mean he is. Hey, Chris Godwin was cleared to play week 1.
And he got hurt
We've
again.
only just got Chris Godwin back.
Yep, and he got hurt again.
He did, but with a completely different injury.
Yep, you're right
And
about that.
you can tell that when he was running routes, he was thinking of more than he used to. He used to just take that ball, and he did not care. And that's the drama of being a slot receiver. Slot receivers get beat up because they are tighter to the linebackers, and the linebackers will pop them now and again.
Yep.
So the way I'm looking at it is, and I know that he's more of a wide out rather than a slot receiver. He can play both in OBJ. OBJ realistically will not be ready until at least 3 more weeks from now. If you were to sign him today, I'm guaranteeing you will not see any real production from him until 3 weeks from today.
That's about we're in week 12 now. About week 15, week 16.
Yep. He's coming back for the playoffs. That's it. That's all he's coming back for. Now, if the Buccaneers sign him, I wouldn't disagree with it, but I just don't think we need it.
He's looking for a mega deal for a playoff team. He's looking for the big bucks. He's looking for a mega deal.
I think he's looking to be signed long term.
Yep. He's looking for his last contract.
Yes. I completely agree. He's looking for his last.
Can we get rid of Russell Gage and get Julio Jones? Although Beckham, would you mind that? Bye-bye.
We've already committed that we've already committed guaranteed dollars to Russell Gage, so there's no point. We're going to be paying him for 3 years now if we got rid of him. He's got guaranteed money going through, so it's really not worth it at this point.
No savings.
So I'm going to go through a couple of these comments, my brother, and we'll just see how we get on. And we got, you thought you were going to win. Yeah, we did. We absolutely thought we were going to win. Why? Because your team played like shit. And I'm going to give you kudos. You won. You deserve the win. And I'm always one. I'm a rugby boy, so as a rugby guy, we raise our glass to victors and we toast it up and say, hey, you deserve that shit. Fair play to you. But make no mistakes, that game could have gone either way. So you got yours, and rightfully so.
Oh, he's a Browns fan?
But now you got a sex offender as your quarterback. So hey ho, life goes in different circles.
He's a Browns fan. Congratulations to him.
Yeah, congrats. They deserve the win. They play better than us at the end of the day. Offensively, they were better than us. Yeah, defensively, they were probably a little bit weaker than we were.
Mm-hmm.
They turned it when they needed to.
Yep. I don't know the tight end. I don't know, was he inbounds? Really, I think he was in, but the tight end, I couldn't get a good angle on the tight end. I think he was inbounds.
We got go Browns. Brownies won. Yeah, you won. I commend you. Well done. Yep. Move on. But your season's going to be done too, so let's not get too cocky here now, boys. Bucs season is done. Brady will be back to being. When was Tom Brady irrelevant? Was which one of those 7 Super Bowls did he become irrelevant?
Because he's a Browns fan.
The Browns have been irrelevant for how long now? Since 2002, right? Since Since 2002, you got some big cojones coming on and saying, like, don't get me wrong, I'm giving you kudos for your win because you deserved it. Your team played better. You played better. But don't come out here to turn around and
Miles
say
Garrett
Tom
got 2
Brady ain't good enough.
sacks. He sacked Brady 2 times. Wow. On that defensive play, on that one, the one that hurt Tristan Wirfs, was that illegal?
You're going to have a sex offender on your team, so don't worry about it. Every time you score a touchdown, we're going to mock you because you got a sex offender.
Well, the Bucs
Don't get cocky with it. Just enjoy the win.
Yeah, the Bucs was looking at him before Brady got back. Remember, Bucs was looking at Watson.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Thank God we didn't
They
get
were
him.
looking. I don't know if they were real buying, but they were looking.
Yeah. I don't think we was going to pay the draft picks in the asking price.
Hey, I tell you what, it would be the most Browns thing to do, that they would go and get this guy and he would fall on his ass and play like shit. That would be the most Browns thing in the world.
Would it beat the Texans next week or welcome home gift? What, Watson goes back home to Houston?
You know what? I think the Browns will win, but it'd be interesting to see how rusty this guy is. He hasn't played football really for a while, so he's on limited snaps.
He's been practicing.
He's been practicing, but it's not the same. He's been on it's not like he's got starter reps, right?
Yeah,
they can't give him starter reps because they got to give their starter the reps.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting. But look, he's a talented guy.
How about Jacoby Brissett? Do you think he deserves winning the starting job? Because you have to. It could be a fun battle to watch. The starting job.
I don't think I think the Browns are pretty sold in what they got, and you don't pay that kind of money, put that draft capital in, and not get something out of it. So I think the Browns will go big and go hard.
The Browns still make the playoffs by Evan Watson now, or they're still
no. So for them to turn around and say we're irrelevant is kind of laughable at this point because their season's done too. The only thing is they took us down with, and we're not completely out yet because we're still winning our division. You guys are still scratching. Do these guys really think they're going to beat the Ravens, the Bengals? They beat the Bengals, but the Bengals still way in front of them in their division right now.
Yeah,
and our division. Their best bet is they fight the Steelers for 4th spot.
Yeah. Our division's trash. It's not like the AFC. The AFC. What are AFC North? Yeah.
AFC North. It's a tough division. And hey, I got nothing against Browns fans. You guys are some passionate guys. You really love your stuff. I have to bob in this one. Division. The Saints only. Not recently though. They pit one against us. They coughed up a little bit, boy. They coughed up. You got to check your sheet. Check your sheet.
Hey, is the Saints winning right now? What's the stats in the Saints game right now?
I'm not watching the Saints game. Me and you are talking, brother. I ain't checking nothing. I'm just conversing with you, my brother.
Yeah, that's good.
Hey, go Browns. I wish you all the best for your season because my mama taught me be respectful. You earned the win. Kudos to you guys, and good luck down the road. I don't see it going anywhere for you guys this year because I think you guys are more sold on next year.
Yeah. Hope the Saints lose today because it'll be a 3-way tie for first place. I hope the Saints lose.
I wish we were never in a position. I wish we were never in a position to be talking. You remember that? It feels like the old days. You know, I hope this team loses. I hope that team loses. I hate it. I wish it was just us winning.
I know we want the Saints to lose. What? Tie?
Here's the thing. Hey, school gang. Here's the thing. How many Super Bowls the Browns won?
I think 0, right?
They have won 0 Super Bowls. I love it when fans of teams who've never won a Super Bowl have big cojones because it's cute.
I think they won one a long time ago in the AFC back in the day.
Oh, yeah, but that's when the Super Bowl didn't exist. That was when it was still called an NFL championship.
Yep.
But when they had a very, very amazing running back.
Yep. Bo Jackson.
No, it wasn't Bo Jackson. It was Brown.
Yeah, Bill Brown, yeah.
He didn't play running back. He played fullback, if I remember correctly. Watson winning us the Super Bowl next year. Oh, bless him. There's going to be a fair bit of crack in Cleveland right now. They are doing that shit.
Do you think, do you think that the Bucs, can the Bucs tag Brady next year if it's a free agent next year? Can the Bucs tag Brady?
They can, but he could just retire to get out of it if he really wanted to.
We could tag his ass. Tag your ass.
But you got to remember when you tag somebody, you're paying them, I think, the third most of their contract. So you might be paying close to 38 million just to tag him. I don't know if the Buccaneers have that revenue and cap space going for it.
Would you do it? If we're still in the playoff, we're still a playoff contender.
I never believe in keeping a guy that doesn't want to be here, because Tom Brady has nothing to keep him here other than the fact that he wants to play football. He can walk away to a lucrative Fox deal anytime he wants. You have no leverage.
Tag, you're it.
Is that your? That's your vibe? Yeah.
No, I know. I said we could tag him.
We can tag him, but I just don't see it working. Players that get tagged usually don't play well.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing in it for them. They don't want to be there. They feel forced to play. And once you do that to a guy, it doesn't matter how much money they're making, because it's not about the money for Tom. It's about legacy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to call it here. School Gang. Tell us where we can find you, brother.
I'm on Twitter. I'm on YouTube. Bucs School Game in the House on YouTube. On Twitter, I think it's. Let me see. What's my?
Okay. We'll go with Alex Schrombers. Ignore them, Slick. They ain't worth the energy. Hey, like they gotta have their kudos because they won. They won.
It's Eric_Hardnett on Twitter.
Yeah. And do you have any groups or anything that you're a part of?
I'm on Facebook.
Yeah. School Gang in the House.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm on. Do you got Facebook too? For
sure. I'm Stevie Slick Probert or Stevie Slick 14. So anyone looks for me, Stevie Slick Probert, go find me.
Look at this. Yeah, because I don't know why you joined this NFC Self Elite Chats. This NFC Self Elite Chats. Yeah, this NFC Roundtable Chats. You got all kind of chats.
Okay, man. Look, thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing your stuff. Thank you for giving me your opinion. If you ever want to, brother, we got a show tomorrow where we let things go. So we got AJ, who usually does some stuff with us, and he does his little thing called It About Booking Time, and he just lets loose on what he's frustrated about.
I've been there before. I've been on it.
Yeah, come and join us tomorrow, brother. We can get this thing out. We can get our opinions up.
Yeah, the Saints losing right now still. Yeah.
So I'll catch you soon, brother. Have a good night. Drink hard.
You too.
Will. Okay, that was School Bucs Gang in the house. The Buccaneers fall. It wasn't to be. They've driven me to drink. But hey, at least I got my health. Nah, it's all good. It's all good. It's all bad. But catch us on the Aftermath tomorrow, where we will be breaking this down in raw. Like, you thought this was rough. Tomorrow there'll be some hair raisers, there'll be some howl raisers, and there'll be some skin carving, because when the Buccaneers lose, the Aftermath gets hot. So guys, please come in, join us for the Aftermath. Anyone's welcome, like on video, whatever. You get your mouthpiece in, you have a chat, get your gums flapping. It's absolutely fine. Let's get this done. Guys, it's always a pleasure, never a chore. I say go Bucs, but for fuck's sake, guys, let's fucking show some nuts. Go nuts. Nuts on me, nuts on free. 1, 2, 3. Go Bucs!